Hi and welcome to Outwell and to our Montana 6P from our premium collection. It's a large tunnel design tent which is aimed to sleep up to 6 people, and it has 2 zones which we'll show you in a little bit of detail just shortly. First, I also want to talk you through some of the many features on the outside of the tent. If we start off with the fly sheet that we're using here, the material is our Outex 6000. This is a PU coated and fully tape seamed material. It's taffeta polyester. It's completely waterproof with a hydrostatic head of 6,000 millimeters, so you can be safe in the knowledge that no matter how much rainfall comes down, you're going to be nice and dry inside the tent. We have large ventilation panels all the way around the tent here, and you can just see these are easily removable just by taking the Velcro tabs down and pressing down like this. We'll show you those mesh panels in a little bit more detail from the inside as well. The frame that we use on here from front to back is a steel frame, so this is pretty much as solid as you can get. We've tested this to withstand around about a force 10 on the Beaufort scale, so again, you can be safe in the knowledge that it's going to be nice and stable even in the windiest of conditions. That is actually accentuated with the use of our Outwell wind stabilised system that you can see all the way around the tent here. We have these tabs which are on the top and of the bottom of each pole. We'll just show you how these attach. All we have to do is simply wrap them around the pole like this and then just attach this Velcro strap into place. As I say, there's one at the top and the bottom of every pole, and this is where we have our guy lines attached. So when we pull the guy lines out and peg them into position, it pulls the entire fly sheet against the frame of the tent, making it much more taut, therefore much more stable, as I said, giving you the knowledge that it's going to be totally fine no matter what the weather is. You can then see we have plenty of guy lines around the tent as well. These are all luminous, so they should be a little bit more visible. When it's darker, you're not going to trip over them quite as easily. And when it comes to packing the tent away, you just find here that we have our guy line retainer, which we can just create a little loop with these Velcro tabs. Just wrap the guy lines up in our hand and pop them in here so that the next time we come to use the tent, the guy lines are far more easily accessible. We have large tinted windows all the way around the tent here, so these serve 2 key functions. One is to give you the opportunity from inside the tent to appreciate the views all the way around. But with them being tinted, you'll find that the sun is reflected away from the inside, just reducing the amount of glare. And obviously, you're going to get a lot more privacy from the tinted windows as well. Some other features to highlight: we have a rain-safe entrance on the side here. So with this tent having a sloped front door, in wet or windy conditions, you'd probably want to use this door here, giving you a lot more shelter over the sealed area on the inside. This also has a detachable ground sheet which can be removed nice and easily if need be. Something else that we use on the tent is our easy pegging system. This is where we supply you with 3 different styles of peg. We have the solid steel peg for the corners of the tent, so this is your anchor peg, and this would go into the grey pegging points. We have the black plastic pegs for all of the black pegging points around the tent, and then we have the luminous pegs here, obviously, which tie in with the luminous guy lines. So all in the name there, the easy pegging system, making sure that it's nice and easy for you to get the right peg in the right place. So coming around the front here, I just want to highlight the shape of this tent because we call this our Montana 6P. Yes, it's from our premium collection, but the P actually stands for panoramic because this is all curved around the front here, and every single panel on the tent has a large window on there, as I've already mentioned, giving you full panoramic views from the inside to the outside of the tent. The front door, I just want to highlight, is of a good size. It's a good wide open door, so getting all of your kit in and out of the tent is going to be nice and easy. It's also full walk-in height as well. A great feature on the front of this here is that we use our full dry zip system. So what we actually have here is maximum amount of protection on the front here for when it's wet. As you can imagine, when the door is rolled down and closed, you're going to have one piece of material sitting across this, which will just Velcro into place, covering the zip. Then we have the piping here, which will just encourage any water to come away from the inside. Then if any water does get through the first zip, then you'll find that there's an extra piece of material here, which has a little bit of channeling on here too, and that's just going to allow any water to run away from the secondary zip. And we have also taped this zip as well. So a lot of detail on this front of this tent to ensure that you're going to stay nice and dry inside. Stepping inside the tent itself, as I mentioned earlier on, it's a really good sized tent. Certainly lots and lots of head height here. I'm about 6'3" or about sort of 190-ish centimeters. You can see I have plenty of space above my head. lots and lots of space around us as well for storage and furniture and things like this. As we've already mentioned, there's lots and lots of windows. If you do want more privacy though, it's really simple. All we have to do is just take any of the curtains, we just untoggle them at the bottom here, and then you have zips at either side, so you can just zip this curtain up to wherever you want to allow for a little bit more privacy, or obviously to allow you to have a little bit more shelter or shade from the sun. At the back of the tent is where the bedrooms are, and as I mentioned earlier on, the tent sleeps up to 6 people. A really nice feature here is that these come pre-attached, so that's a job that you don't need to worry about. It's already done for you. The first time you put the tent up, these bedrooms are already here. The way that they are attached is using our wave-shaped hanging point system around the top here, and this is where we have the toggles attached onto this mesh, taking any stress off of the seam across the top here, and obviously giving it a very stylish and unique finish as well. Some other features on the bedrooms then. We have lots of storage pockets on the outside, ideal for smaller personal possessions. We also have large mesh panels on the bedroom doors. At the moment we have a curtain zipped up behind here, which obviously you can have for privacy, or if you do want a lot more ventilation, then that's not an issue, we can just open that up. Inside the bedrooms there's plenty more to talk about. At the back you'll find a large ventilation panel which will correspond to outside ventilation panels. You can see that the ceiling on here is also a much darker material, so this is our night sky ceiling, allowing you to have a slightly longer lie in the mornings. In the back corner you'll find that we have some more handy storage pockets, ideal for smaller personal possessions, and just here you'll find that there is a zip access to an outside window, allowing you to check outside without leaving your bed. Another great feature here is that we can open up this sheet of material to create one large bedroom, or as we have it here, fully zipped closed to create the 2 separate ones. And we also use our universal inner system on here as well with these outside zips, and we'll now just show you how that works. So to minimise condensation and keep you nice and cool in the tent, we have plenty of ventilation options here. Every single door in the tent has full drop-down mesh doors, so that's the front door. We have a side door here, which we can see here actually already has the mesh door down. So if we just roll that door up on the outside, as I say, you're going to get great ventilation, but keep out those unwanted bugs. Across this side is also the same. This door here that's rolled away at the moment is also a full mesh door with a curtain behind it that again can be opened up for ventilation. At the top of the tent we have a lantern hanging point just in here, so it's in a good central location, and then what you have is cable tidies that run all the way down to where our cable entry point is, just down here. So this allows you just simply by opening the zip here to run your cables in through here without having any of the doors open. I'll just highlight again there the bathtub ground sheet that is in that porch area, which is removable of course. The main ground sheet for the tent is front to back and side to side fully sealed, so you're not getting any drafts, you're not getting any dust and sand and things like that. And again, more importantly, hopefully going to keep out those unwanted creepy crawlies. The material itself is a good, tough, durable material. It's a double coated polyethylene with a hydrostatic head of at least 10,000 millimeters. So there are a plethora of optional extras for you to choose from for the Montana 6P, starting off with the carpets for the living area here. We do 2 different styles, one of which is like this one here, which is our 3-layer insulated carpet, giving you maximum amount of comfort underfoot. There's also a fleece carpet available as well if you fancy that. There's also a footprint available that will go under the tent to protect the ground sheet if it's a bit wet or muddy. There's also a front extension available, and there's a front awning available as well. And we also have our roof protector for maximum protection there. So that's all of the features and all of those optional extras for our Montana 6P from our premium collection. Thanks very much for watching.